In this video, I'm going to talk about the eighth commandment. The eighth commandment reads, "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor." Um, to start with, let's talk about the offenses against truth. Those are um, false witness and perjury, being misleading, making rash judgment, and withholding information that is due. You may have heard people say the phrase, what they don't know can't hurt them. But in fact, what we don't know can hurt us. And, and so it's important that we don't withhold important information. On the same vein, though, there are cases when it's important to keep secrets. Um, and revealing these secrets can be harmful. So you have to use good judgment to know when it is wrong or right to reveal information. I want to read this passage from Jesus from the Gospel of John. It goes, "The devil does not stand in truth, because there's no truth in him. When he tells a lie, he speaks in character, because he is a liar and the father of lies." So that's interesting, because in Christian tradition we say that pride was the devil's first sin. So what is pride? Well, pride is ultimately it is a lying to yourself. So the devil's first sin was to lie to himself. And that is important. All lies that we tell start first with lying to ourselves. And we can't be truthful unless we are first honest with ourselves. So we know that the truth at times can be really hard to accept. But still, we must always try to seek out the truth and speak the truth with courage. And this includes being honest with ourselves. Here's a reading from the book of Psalms. "Love and truth will meet, justice and peace will kiss." So notice how it says love and truth will meet. We don't have to lie to ourselves in order to live in love, justice, and peace. Love belongs with love, justice, and peace. So one of the questions people often ask about this particular commandment is, well, what if somebody asks your opinion about what they are wearing? Is it right to lie to them to spare their feelings? Well, I'm going to say no. It's not right. You should always be kind in how you talk about these things, but you should speak the truth. If somebody is like so fragile that they can't handle constructive criticism, then they're perhaps like long overdue in practicing how to handle constructive criticism. I mean, we're all required to some degree to have a little bit of a thick skin, right? We can't go around having to walk on eggshells around everybody, right? That's not right. And besides that, to lie to somebody in this case to spare their feelings, that's actually being cruel to them, because they're relying on you to keep them from looking bad when they go out in public, right? Isn't it cruel to lie to them about how they look so that they go out in public and be embarrassed of what they were trying to avoid to begin with, right? You should be honest with them. In my personal experience, I have found that people appreciate my honesty, and because of that, they come to me more often. The last point that I want to go over is that the eighth commandment just it doesn't just tell us not to tell lies, it also tells us that we should actually live the truth, not just speak the truth. To start with, I want to read to you a couple paragraphs from the Catechism. The Old Testament attests that God is the source of all truth. His word is truth. His law is truth. His faithfulness endures to all generations. Since God is true, the members of his people are called to live in the truth. And the following paragraph continues with this, and by the way, this paragraph quotes many passages from the Gospel of John and one from Matthew. It goes, "In Jesus Christ, the whole of God's truth has been made manifest, full of grace and truth. He came as the light of the world. He is the truth. Whoever believes in me may not remain in darkness." The disciple of Jesus continues in his word so as to know the truth that will make you free and that sanctifies. To follow Jesus is to live in the Spirit of truth, whom the Father sends in his name and who leads into all truth. To his disciples, Jesus teaches the unconditional love of truth. Let what you say simply be yes or no. So what does it mean to live the truth? It means we must acknowledge God, who is both true and truth, and our words and actions must not contradict the truth. So Jesus, he leads us to the truth and gives us the strength to accept and live the truth. He is the light of the world. When the light is on, we can see things as they are. So that's what I had to say about the Eighth Commandment. May God bless you.